Hi guys, LaughingPickle78 here, and welcome to a bit of a different video. It's not actually a series, this is just a sort of... I just decided to do this because there isn't a LP going up today, because Nat was away and we couldn't record it. So, this video is simply me giving my thoughts on why I think there will be a Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire remix in the remake in the works. So, as you'll see on the screen, I've just got a notepad up here, and I'm just going to explain sort of why I think there'll be a remake of those games. So first of all, the music in X and Y, which recently came out, I strongly suggest you get it if you like Pokemon. The music is quite similar, and also a lot of the music was remade in black and white too. This is a point that's been brought up quite a lot, but I thought I would open with that point. Not sure why they remade music for Ruby and Sapphire, but that's my thinking. Right, next off we got Sweet Scent. Now, the move Sweet Scent in Pokemon X actually has a remixed version of the sound it made in Ruby, Sapphire and Emerald. Exactly the same, but remixed, obviously, like, made better, if you know what I mean. Um, that's all I've noticed, but some of the other moves might have the same sound effects, but I know for a fact that Sweet Scent definitely has the same sound effect, so there's that as well. Next, we're moving on to the Torchic that they handed out. So if you don't know, there's currently an event going on where you can download a Torchic holding a Blazikenite. I'm not sure why they chose Torchic, and I think it might be because they're considering a Ruby and Sapphire remake. It's just my thoughts. It doesn't necessarily mean I'm right, but I think it will probably be announced at next year's E3. And if I am wrong, then I'm wrong. But if I am right, then I gotta say I called it. So next year's E3, I think they'll announce. But the Torchic that they handed out is a bit suspicious. They could have handed out anything, but they chose a Torchic for some reason. So there's that. Next, Zigzagoon, Illumise, Absol. All of these, this is a really loose point, but I noticed that at the start of Pokemon X, a lot of the Hoenn Pokemon were appearing. And it might be because they didn't make that many new ones for X and Y, which is another thing I've noticed. I think there's only 69 or something. But for me, this means two things. First of all, currently every single Hoenn Pokemon has been remade in 3D, which means that obviously they don't need to do any work in that department. They've already made all the textures, so there's that, of course. And also, I don't know, it just feels weird that a lot of them popped up. It's a very loose point, like I said, but they have got all the textures there ready. They don't need to do anything else with them. So there's that. And this brings me on to the fact that, well, Pokemon X, it seemed a lot like Colosseum to me, which was a Hoenn generation game, with Hoenn Pokemon in it, etc. And I don't know, maybe instead of a Ruby and Sapphire remake, we could be getting a sequel to XD and Colosseum, which I think would be really awesome for the 3DS, considering X does seem a lot like a Colosseum remake. Well, not a remake, but like it feels like Colosseum. So now moving on to my final point and probably strongest point: boxes. Now you're probably thinking, what boxes? What? When you go in the PC and you can deposit Pokemon into boxes, the boxes in X have the same background textures but remade as they did in Pokemon Ruby, which means that's more resources that they have already remade, and I'm not sure why they made them the same. The backgrounds for each box I've looked through, they are pretty much all the same as the ones in Ruby, but with better graphics. So why I can't think of why else they would do that, considering Ruby is really old and they could have made new boxes, they could have used the same boxes from Black and White or anything like that, but they decided to remake the boxes from the Hoenn generation. So that's another resource they have already made for this new game that I think is probably going to be coming out. So yeah, that's pretty much my points. I know there's not much there, but I felt like I wanted to do a video on this just because, honestly, I think that we're probably going to see at E3 next year a Pokemon Ruby or Sapphire or Emerald or whatever remake announced. I hope so, because those were my favourite games in the whole series. So, I mean, Nintendo have been hinting at it a lot lately. They've really been hinting at it in their games. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe we'll see a remake. You never know. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching this short video. I'm not sure why I made this, but I just felt like putting out a video and LPLP wasn't done. So this is what you're getting today instead of LPLP. I apologise for the lack of LPLP. Anyway, thanks for watching. Leave your thoughts about this in the comments section below, and I will see you guys tomorrow for... No, I won't, or will I? I don't know. We'll see you tomorrow for Binding of Isaac anyway. So yeah, have a good one.